The lobby of Ravenson Towers was always loud at 8 a.m., heels clacking, voices bouncing off the glass walls, the constant rush of corporate ambition. But this morning was different. A cold tension hung in the air, like the building itself sensed a storm coming. At the center of the lobby stood Marilyn Quinn, senior operations manager, self-appointed queen of the building, and undisputed champion of cruelty delivered with a smile. She strutted toward the elevator in her Navy power suit, armed with a coffee cup in one hand and ego in the other. Her voice sliced through the lobby. Seriously? Again? Heads turned. A woman, quiet, slim, wearing simple gray work overalls, was kneeling near the entrance, picking up a small spill with a rag. That woman was Evelyn Hale. The janitor. The nobody. At least, that's what they thought. Evelyn didn't look up when Marilyn approached, but her stillness said she heard every footstep. Marilyn scoffed, leaning down with mocking pity. "Do you people ever do your jobs right?" Evelyn paused. Only for a second. Then continued wiping. The small crowd of employees watched, their expressions tightening, but none dared intervene. Marilyn went on, louder, because humiliation only worked when there was an audience. Honestly, if you had any pride in your work, spills like this wouldn't keep happening. How hard is it to mop a floor? Employees shifted uncomfortably. Something in Evelyn's calmness was unnerving. She wasn't embarrassed. She wasn't flustered. She simply finished wiping, wrung the cloth neatly, and placed it in her bucket. Marilyn chuckled. "What? Not even a sorry, janitor?" Evelyn finally looked up, slowly, deliberately. Her voice was soft but steady. "Why would I apologize for doing my job correctly?" The lobby froze. Marilyn blinked, stunned that the janitor had dared talk back. "Oh, sweetheart," she said with icy sweetness, "people like you don't get to talk like that." The elevator dinged. People rushed in. But eyes stayed on Evelyn. She rose to her feet, bucket in hand. She didn't react to the insult. She didn't flinch. And though no one knew it yet, the building already belonged to her. Up on the 27th floor, whispers spread like smoke. "You saw how she spoke to the janitor this morning? That was uncomfortable." Marilyn went too far this time. And the janitor didn't even get angry, creepy calm. "But who is she? I've never seen her before. She's been here for months. Works late. Night shifts mostly." Marilyn pretended she didn't care. But she cared deeply, because the janitor's reaction felt wrong. Defiant. Purposeful. Dismissive of her authority. And if there was one thing Marilyn couldn't handle, it was being dismissed. By lunch, she was fuming, until she spotted Evelyn again. This time wiping glass panels in the executive hallway. Perfect. Marilyn marched straight toward her, heels echoing like gunshots. "You," she said sharply. Evelyn stopped wiping. Marilyn crossed her arms. "Listen carefully. This is a professional environment. When management speaks, you answer respectfully. If you can't do that, I'll have HR find someone who can." Evelyn set down the spray bottle. She met Marilyn's gaze. Completely unthreatened. "Is that so?" she asked quietly. "Yes," Marilyn snapped. "You're replaceable." Evelyn tilted her head. A small, controlled smile touched her lips. Everyone watching would remember that smile. "Let's hope you remember those words later," Evelyn said simply, picking up her supplies and walking away. Marilyn stood frozen, stunned. Replaceable? Her? Who did that woman think she was? At 3:30 p.m., something unusual happened. 4 black SUVs pulled up outside the building. Security stiffened. The doorman whispered into his radio. Employees gathered at the windows. Nobody important ever visited Ravenson Towers, not at this level. It wasn't a government building. It wasn't a Fortune 100 headquarters. It was just a multi-tenant corporate tower. Yet the convoy outside suggested someone powerful had arrived. 5 people stepped out, 2 security officers, 2 executives, and a young woman holding a leather binder. They walked with purpose. Straight into the lobby. Straight to the elevators. Straight to the top floor. And word spread like wildfire. Someone big is here. The board. A new investor? No idea. Marilyn dismissed it as irrelevant until the building manager sent her an email asking her to join an urgent 4 p.m. meeting on the 40th floor. The executive floor. Her heart galloped. This could mean promotion, recognition. Maybe VP of operations. She checked her hair, adjusted her suit, practiced her confident smile, and headed up. Employees watched her go, whispering. She felt powerful again, like the universe was correcting itself. But the universe had something else in mind. Marilyn stepped into the top floor conference room trying to look composed. Inside were the building manager, the head of security, 2 unknown executives, a representative from a major investment firm, and an empty chair at the head of the table. Everyone stood when the door opened. Marilyn assumed it was for her, until she realized they weren't looking at her. Footsteps sounded behind her. She turned. Evelyn walked in, wearing the same gray overalls, carrying the same bucket. Marilyn almost laughed out loud. What is she doing here? But before she could say another word, the investment representative stepped forward. Ms. Hale, he said respectfully, thank you for coming. Evelyn nodded. Marilyn blinked. Ms. Hale. The room went silent. The representative continued. As per the agreements finalized last quarter, the transfer is complete. Ravenson Towers is now fully under your ownership. Marilyn's jaw dropped. What? What do you mean her ownership? She stammered, pointing at Evelyn. The representative ignored her. We've prepared the final documents for your signature, Ms. Hale. Evelyn nodded and took a seat at the head of the table. The head. The seat Marilyn had wanted. The seat of power. The building manager spoke next. I want to officially welcome you as the new owner of Ravenson Towers. The room applauded, except Marilyn, whose skin had gone pale. But she's the janitor, Marilyn whispered. Everyone fell silent again. Evelyn looked up, calm, poised, unbothered. I'm the temporary janitor, she corrected softly. I like to see how people treat those they believe are beneath them. She locked eyes with Marilyn. And you failed spectacularly. Marilyn's knees weakened. The representative opened the binder. For the record, he announced, Ms. Evelyn Hale is the founder and majority shareholder of Hale Urban Holdings, one of the largest privately owned real estate portfolios on the West Coast. Marilyn stared. Hale Urban, the company buying out all the downtown skyscrapers? Evelyn nodded. My family built it. I now run it. Marilyn swallowed. Hard. The representative added softly. This building is only one of 9 she acquired this quarter. Evelyn continued signing documents, her expression unreadable. Marilyn's world spun. The quiet janitor was a billionaire. And she, Marilyn Quinn, had mocked her all morning. After the signing ended, Evelyn closed the binder. Everyone waited. She finally spoke. The reason I came undercover was simple. Her gaze moved across the room and landed on Marilyn. I wanted to see the real culture of this building. Marilyn's heart dropped into her stomach. Evelyn folded her hands calmly. And what I found, she continued, was a pattern of cruelty. A manager who leads by humiliation. Someone who believes kindness is weakness. Marilyn's voice crumbled. Ms. Hale, please, I didn't know. That's exactly the point, Evelyn cut in gently. You never know who people truly are, which is why respect should be standard. The room was dead silent. Marilyn felt exposed, like her entire personality was under a microscope. Evelyn stood. I watched the way you treated employees, the way people flinched around you, the way fear controlled this floor. Marilyn's breathing quickened. This building, Evelyn said, her voice harder now, deserves better. Marilyn shook her head desperately. Please, please don't fire me. This job is everything I'm not firing you. Marilyn froze. Hope flickered. Then Evelyn said with devastating softness, I'm demoting you. Shock rippled across the room. Marilyn's mouth opened. De-demoting? To what? Evelyn met her eyes with compassion, but not mercy. To front desk receptionist. Marilyn's heart shattered. You will greet everyone who walks into this building, Evelyn continued. You will learn patience, humility, and respect. Tears filled Marilyn's eyes. No, please, I can't. I know, Evelyn said quietly, but you will. The meeting ended. People filed out silently, leaving Evelyn and Marilyn alone. Marilyn wiped her tears. You really came undercover? She whispered. Evelyn nodded. It's the only way to see the truth. Marilyn sank into a chair, defeated. Evelyn lifted her bucket. Power isn't about titles or offices, she said softly. She paused and delivered the line that would haunt Marilyn forever. It's about how you treat people when you think they can't do anything for you. And with that, Evelyn walked out. 2 weeks later, the lobby was brighter. Employees smiled more. The building felt alive again. At the front desk sat Marilyn, in a neat blouse, greeting guests with humility she had never shown before. It was hard, painful, but it was changing her. One morning, Evelyn walked through the lobby, now dressed elegantly, clearly the owner. Marilyn straightened. Good morning, Miss Hale. Evelyn stopped, smiled. Good morning, Marilyn. How are you adjusting? Marilyn breathed in slowly. It's humbling, but I'm learning. Evelyn nodded. Good. She started to walk away, then paused. And remember, Marilyn looked up. Every person has a story you don't know. The message landed deep. Evelyn walked toward the elevators, employees greeting her warmly. The humble janitor was gone. The owner had arrived. And the lesson she left behind would echo through Ravenson Towers for years. Never underestimate the quiet one, especially the one you think is invisible.